sauce.
Oh yeah, let's get saucy.
All right, moving on. We got some more facts for you and your friends right now. This is going to be a fun topic. Everybody likes this. There is a natural attraction and a natural draw as a human to something that can fuck you up and kill you, right?
Yeah.
That's
why it either freaks you the fuck out or you love it. And yeah, you're right. Something that just genuinely draws you in, regardless.
Right now. People are drawn into crime stories. People are drawn into great white shark attack stories.
Yeah, it's the same kind of shit.
Exactly. People are drawn into snake attacks and stuff like that. So we've narrowed it down. We got a list right now of the top 10 deadliest animals to humans. All right?
And you know what? This is also a little bit of we put this together, right? So don't go on the fucking internet and be like, well, I saw this internet and this said this. Like, we put this together with doing research and what we thought was the best list.
Well, and like I was saying earlier, some of this data varies year to year. So we have a range of, you can't say snakes kill this many people a year because it changes every year.
Exactly.
Some years it's low, some years it's high. We have a range for you. That's why on some of these things, they do vary because, there's a difference in how many they kill per year. There's also a difference, the variance on how these people died and what the symptoms were.
Exactly.
So, for example, some of these things, they'll bite you, they inject something into you, you don't die immediately, you die later on in the future, but because that animal did something to you, that's why you died. It's a direct correlation, but it's not like getting a crocodile that comes and takes a big bite.
Then you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead.
And speaking of crocs, they are the most deadly to humans, like straight up just human mortality. Like,
yes, they are.
I'm going to kill you. Crocs are the number one on humans.
Yeah.
They don't kill the most humans because you're going to see in our list, there's a lot more deadly animals out there. But when it comes to straight up attacks on humans, like I'm trying to kill you, Crocs are the ones you got to be wary of.
And they're going to come in hot at number 10 in our list.
Yep, they do come in hot number 10. Not number one. Crocs, they kill about 1,000 people per year, more or less.
Right.
It's not an animal that's worldwide. It's very regional. They're all over the world, but a lot of people in their normal life don't have an encounter with a crocodile.
I don't think I've never seen a crocodile in the wild.
I've been traveling to Costa Rica. They got the caimans down there, that small species of crocodile. So,
I've never seen one in the wild.
Right. So. Crocodiles, obviously very similar but different to alligators. We didn't look into alligator deaths, but alligator is something a little bit more common in the U.S.
I think crocodiles are more aggressive than alligators.
Exactly.
We did a lot of research, and alligator never popped up on a list at all. So
exactly.
There's probably a reason for that.
You might be more familiar with alligators, but crocodiles, they have them in Australia. They got them in South Africa. They got them all over, but they are number 10. Moving on, number 9 comes in at small little bugger, a tapeworm.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one that is more of a problem in developing countries and stuff like that, where sanitary issues are a problem. They kill in the thousands of people, not too many thousands, 1,000 to 2,000 a year.
You get that shit taken care of, I think you're okay.
Yeah. They just kind of get in your system a few different ways. Water, contaminated water, contaminated food, stuff like that.
Right.
So in places that you have like a lot more unsanitary conditions, you will be having tapeworms. You will also be having some of what's number 8 on our list, which is roundworms.
Yep, roundworms as well.
Roundworms, tapeworms, almost the same, very similar.
Same family of worms
that'll get inside
gross,
you.
nasty diseases. Yeah, you don't want to hear about fucking tapeworms and roundworms in your body and shit. You don't want none of that.
No. We thought my roommate in college had a tapeworm.
Oh, fuck.
Shout out to my boy Scott Mitchell if you're watching.
You made it, Scott.
Scotty boy.
You made it.
How's that thing doing, buddy?
Yeah, kept in a fucking jar or what?
Well, the guy could eat anything, and he never gained a gram of fat. We could go on like this super grubby pizza binge with ranch sauce and triple cheese and da-da-da-da-da, barbecue, beers all afternoon, whatever, and then he wakes up the next day and the guy looks skinnier. So the only thing we could figure out is he had a little tapeworm in there.
Well, yeah, there have been people who seriously considered putting tapeworms in their body to lose weight.
Right.
Which is just I don't think you should be doing that.
And these things get long. Yeah. They're disgusting.
Yeah. Fuck that, man.
So, yeah, they get in there. They basically are parasitic. They get into your stomach and intestines, eat up all the nutrition you're supposed to be getting. And if you don't have enough nutrition, they end up killing you over time, and they will get you. So, number 9, tapeworms. Number 8, roundworms. Getting out of the worms category into something that you might have heard of and might be a little bit more scared of. Coming in hot at number 7 is scorpions.
Oh, yeah, scorpions.
All right?
Yeah.
I think most of you out there that are adults, you should know what a scorpion is. They got those little tails that, bam, hit you, right?
Yeah, I think they're like pretty common, and when people think of deadly animals, they think of scorpions because, you know, they fucking sting you and shit like that.
Well, and the thing about scorpions, too, is they're small and they get into these little tiny cracks and crevices that you don't know about, and so they get you unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Like, if a croc's coming at you, you know, you're going to see, unless it's underwater, or like, you know, a lion or something's coming at you, a bear's coming at you, a snake, you're going to see it. These scorpions, they're hiding in your shoe. They like little cutty, dark places. So in little clothing drawers, inside shoes, inside little places where you stick your hands and stuff like that.
And a lot of these animals, right, are more common in, I guess, where scorpions are more common in like dry areas, right?
Exactly.
Deserts and shit like that.
Exactly.
So, you know.
Yeah, and that scorpion venom is toxic. So one little hit of that, boom.
Luckily, they have anti-venoms for most of them in most places. They're pretty common, right?
Right,
like,
exactly. Yeah. But overall, scorpions do end up killing about 3,500 people a year. So not something to be too scared of, but if you're out there, they can kill you. So watch out.
Yeah.
All right. Number 6. Now this is a kind of funky one. We didn't really know where to put this one on the list because it was.
It kind of seems like you could just be unlucky with these guys. Like you could just be walking in the fucking lake and, you know, you just get shit on by a fucking freshwater snail and all of a sudden you're fucked.
Exactly.
So
coming in at number 6 is freshwater snails. All right. Now these things, you must be thinking, what the hell? How does a snail kill you? Well, it's not the exact snail that's going to kill you. All right. What happens is these freshwater snails are in freshwater bodies of water. They lay their eggs. They lay these little parasitic worms that get into the water source, right? Now, these are real tiny worms that can penetrate your skin and get right into your body.
Without you even really knowing, I think.
Exactly. So you see this in a lot of developing countries, too, where you got, like, kids that swim in more natural bodies of water, like a small little local pond or something like that. That you just... stagnant water that's got this sort of stuff, that sort of stuff gets into your body and starts to cause all sorts of problems.
Yes.
Now, what this does is it causes something called snail fever, which is also called schistosomiasis, okay? Schistosomiasis is snail fever. What it does is it basically gets into your blood, and over time, it'll kill you, all right? You'll start to develop symptoms, fever, abdominal pain, things like that. And over time, it will kill you. It's a parasite that goes into your blood, and it affects a lot of people. Okay, millions of people they get it a year. We read a stat that says 250 million people a year will get this. Yeah. Now, is it going to kill all 250 million people? No. It says it does kill maybe around 4,000 people a year. No, sorry, not 4,000. It kills about 35,000 people a year. But hundreds of millions of people a year get this, all right? So if it is left untreated, you don't do anything about it, it can kill you over time.
Yep.
All right, so, and the thing about that is they don't really know how to calculate some of these things that do cause a slow death to you, because you get it at one time and then you die 3 weeks later. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for them to directly... I mean, it's not like they're like, were you swimming in a freshwater source that has potentially been contaminated by stuff? Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other things that are more likely to happen to you than that. So that's part of it, I think.
And also, too, in a lot of these developing countries, they don't have a lot of the medical facilities to test this stuff. So if you're a young, 3-4-year-old child and you've got diarrhea and you've got, things wrong with your body and you die... it's just a thing. It's just a death. Yep. They don't go, oh, well, let's do an autopsy. Let's check all of his blood samples and stool samples and blah, blah, blah. So a lot of these things that do happen, for example, with the freshwater snails and with a few of the other things on our list, it just kind of gets into your body as a product of your environment that you live in, and you have a slow death. And So we're not really sure on some of these numbers. We have freshwater snails in at number 6.
Number 6.
Some lists had them a little bit higher up, killing more people, but we like where they're at.
Yep.
Freshwater snails killing about 35,000 people a year with their slimy little intestinal worms.
Yeah, so it feels it's just like the wrong place, the wrong time if you get that shit, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you're just unlucky.
Jay Stevens, you ever had a bug come give you a big fat kiss?
No.
No?
No.
Well, if you do, you better hope that it's not from this bug.
Ooh.
This is called the kissing bug, a.k.a. the assassin bug. No, sorry. It's called the assassin bug, a.k.a. the kissing bug.
You got it.
Why? This thing will come crawl up, and he likes to bite you right around your mouth, okay? It's a nice, fun, slow, agonizing death over the next few weeks. You don't really know what's happening to you. All you know is you're sick. All you know is you got something and you can't cure it. These things are found, I think, more in Africa. But yeah, it's called the assassin bug, kissing bug. They kill about 12,000 people a year, and they will fuck you up.
Fuck you up.
All right, getting into under top 5. Getting into the 4th one right now. This is one that, another one you might not be aware of. Small little critter that will fuck you up. You're only going to find it, luckily, in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yep.
This is something called the tsetse fly.
The tsetse fly.
You so tsetse.
Ooh, tsetse fly.
Now, that's spelled T-S-E-T-S-E, tsetse.
And they ain't sexy.
They're not tsetse, but they are tsetse.
Ooh.
And you do not want these things anywhere near you, right?
Nope.
They give you African sleeping sickness, okay? Now, with the kissing bugs, the assassin bugs, you're going to get hit with it. You die a few weeks later. It's a little bit slower process. With the tsetse fly, you get bit with it. You're going to probably die in your sleep within a few days, all right? It's a lot more toxic. Kills about 500,000 people a year. 500,000 people a year die of this thing, okay?
Yeah.
It's a real thing. So it's one of those things that, you know, I used to live in the Philippines, a lot more mosquitoes there, and you realize these little insects and stuff, they'll get into your house, okay?
Fuck yeah, dude.
They're going to creep in. A lot of Western homes, you know, you don't have this problem, but a lot of these homes in developing countries, it's very easy for insects and critters to get into your house. What happens is you go to sleep for the night and that little mosquito flies in, or that little tsetse fly flies in, gets you while you're sleeping, and you don't even know about it.
Right.
Okay, so
yeah, that's no good.
Tsetse flies coming in hot at number 4. All right, number 3. I know all of you know this animal.
Yep.
And you probably don't think of it as a killer.
I have one myself.
Yep. And you probably have one at your house too. And if you are thinking the word D-O-G, dog, you are correct.
Yes, you are.
That's right. Number 3 on our list, Jay Stevens, is
dog.
dogs.
Dog.
What kind of dog you got?
I have a corgi.
A corgi.
He the man.
Oh, yeah, little Yoshi.
Yoshi the man.
He's cool. He's
yeah,
cool.
He's cool.
Yeah, I've had dogs growing up throughout my life, more like mutt mixes, but none of them ever tried to kill my ass. Has Yoshi ever tried to kill your ass?
Fuck no, dude.
All right. Well, I think a lot of people associate pit bulls and stuff like that in the West with a mean dog.
Yeah.
Actually, pit bulls are trained to be aggressive like that.
Yeah.
If you meet a pit bull that's been trained by its owner from childhood to be nice and, you know, friendly, they're nice and friendly dogs. And it's like that with anything. You train something to be aggressive and mean, it's going to be that way. You train it to be nice and friendly, it's got a better chance of being nice and friendly.
Yeah, and I think with the dogs, like, I think, a portion of it is attacks, but I think a lot of it's rabies and shit like that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, again, and like a lot of this stuff is in underdeveloped countries and shit. Like, you know, there are others where we live in Taiwan, I think it's a rabies-free country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the entire country, there's no rabies. They round up all the strays, everything. There's no rabies here because I think they had a really big problem, you know, years and years ago.
Right.
And now there's none.
Exactly. He's exactly right about that. It is a rabies thing.
Yeah.
You got people in countries that do get bit by dogs and they have rabies. According to the WHO, 99% of the rabies cases reported are from dogs.
Yeah.
So you probably thought it was from bats or some shit like that. All these other animals you hear about, like, be careful of this, it's got rabies. If you're old enough to know the movie Old Yeller.
Yeah, Old Yeller.
Old Yeller. He got rabies at the end.
That
and
was that's just sad.
That's a little case right there. When dogs get rabies, You do not want to be anywhere near them, and if they give you the rabies, you can die as well.
Yep.
Dogs kill about 25,000 to 30,000 people a year, more or less. Mostly rabies, but yes, some are dog attacks. All right.
Yep.
All right. Getting down to our top two.
Top
two, you're probably going to guess one of these, and the other one, once we tell you, you're going to probably be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Duh.
Number two, it's an animal that I'm sure a lot of you are scared of. Snakes.
Yeah, I think snakes is high, like super high on the phobia list. I think number 2, 3.
Yeah.
Spiders and snakes are both up there coming in hot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's very safe to say snakes is one of those animals that most people would love to live their entire life and never have an encounter with a snake.
Well, I mean, I'm not really afraid of snakes, but I could definitely go my entire life without seeing one and be perfectly fine.
Right, exactly.
You know.
Well, and a lot of people too, it's just the mental thought of a snake. You're going, oh shit, it's a snake. And it's like, well, you're this big, the snake's this big, like that snake sees you, he's trying to get out of there.
Oh yeah.
All right. But they are still dangerous. And what happens more is, it's people, like I said, snakes are hiding, they're burrowing under things, under beds, in boxes and stuff. You got humans that don't even know they're there, unassuming, go into reach and they get bitten, something like that. The snake is there to defend itself. It feels threatened. There's not a lot of snakes out there that are really out to get people.
Most snakes, are not aggressive.
No.
Like if you read, like most of the dangerous snakes are not aggressive.
Right.
Except the saw-scaled viper, and that dude is aggressive and will fuck you up.
Oh yeah,
He's the most dangerous snake and accounts for like more than half of all.
No. He accounts for more deaths by a snake than all the other snakes combined.
Yeah, more deaths by a snake than all other snakes.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. That's the saw-scaled viper. Okay.
Yeah.
Where are those from?
I'm not sure.
If you have any info on a saw-scaled viper,
let us know.
Yep, let us know down in the comments.
If I had to make a guess, I would say Australia.
Yep, or Africa.
Yep, Africa or Australia. I mean, I think Australia. I mean, if you're scared of dangerous animals, don't go to Australia.
Yep. Now with snakes, we got some WHO data on that as well. There's about 4.5 to 5.4 million snake bites a year. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now out of that, you got about 1.8 to 2.7 million that develop some sort of illness out of that. All right. So a lot of snake bites, they get bitten. People go check them out, go to the hospital. Nothing happens. Now you do have a lot of instances, about a third to half of them, where something does happen to the person, right? A venomous snake. And out of all of those, out of the 5 million bites, more or less, you're going to have about 81,000 to 140,000 deaths a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and that seems like we're doing a pretty good job keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that as a statistical figure, 5 million divided by 80,000, it's not really a number at all.
And depending on, a lot of this shit's probably, you're out hiking and, you're fucking on a 12-hour hike and you get bit by a snake, you're fucked.
Exactly.
You're fucked.
Yeah, we have a lot of snake venom at this point, and we can help people if you have it. But like you said, if you don't have it,
you're fucked.
You are F-U-C-T.
Yes.
All right. Number one coming in hot. It's going to be a no-brainer when you hear it because it just takes the cake on all of the deaths.
By a pretty good margin.
Yeah, it's almost like basically if you add up the rest of our list and take that number, you're still lower than the number one.
Yep.
Number one coming at you, mosquitoes.
Fuck mosquitoes, man.
Fuck mosquitoes, exactly. We had when we got this studio at first, we had this crazy mosquito problem here.
Infestation.
It was insane.
But we handled it.
Yeah, we came out on top.
We did come out on top.
What was it? 2,100 mosquitoes later that we killed. Jeez, oh my God! It was like
we couldn't
mosquito getting up in here.
It was.
All right. Luckily, we survived that.
Yes, we did.
We didn't get any of the dengue. We didn't get any of the malaria. We didn't get Zika. We didn't get any yellow fever. None of this. We survived. But unfortunately, there are about 500,000 to 1 million people that do die a year from mosquito-related bites.
Well,
now,
I mean, like they're like dengue and malaria are common in super common in certain places, right? Like I went to Africa back in 2011, and you got to take malaria pills. You got to get ready because a lot of mosquitoes in Africa have malaria.
Right, and it's not just malaria. There is a whole range of mosquito-borne illnesses that kill people. We got a list of them for you. Basically, mosquitoes carry around these diseases that will kill people if left untreated. You have malaria.
Yep.
You have dengue fever.
Yep.
You have yellow fever.
Yep.
You have the West Nile virus. You have encephalitis. Encephalitis is broken up into a few things. You got Eastern encephalitis, Western encephalitis, and equine encephalitis. Those are 3 different categories. You also have the Zika virus that is mosquito-borne.
Yeah, I mean, my fiance's dad lives in Cambodia. She has 2 sisters and his girlfriend, and 3 of the 4 of them have all had dengue.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I mean they're fine. They survived. If you get dengue and you go to a hospital, they'll treat you and you'll be fine. But it's kind of the situation where if you're in a place like if you're in rural Cambodia, something like that, you can't get somewhere in time. You're fucked.
Exactly.
And we do a lot of traveling through, like he lived in the Philippines and you go to Thailand and stuff like that. You go to different hostels and there'll be signs that say, dengue fever area. Like,
oh yeah.
Not that you're going to get bit, but like, put on your fucking bug spray, just, like a disclaimer, like there's dengue in this area. So figure it out.
Yeah, and exactly. Like I said, they'll get you while you're sleeping. That's when they get you, If you're aware of it, like anybody, you kind of know when a mosquito's biting you more or less. You don't know when you're sleeping. I knew a lot of people when I lived in the Philippines that had dengue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's not fun.
I think it's common.
Yeah, luckily I never had it. I know you're just sick as a dog for anywhere from
you're dehydrated, right? You gotta pump fluids into your body and shit.
Yeah, oh yeah, they say you feel like you want to die.
Yeah.
So that small little mosquito can fuck your ass up.
Yeah, and that's not even, that's just the dust, but fucking mosquito bites just fucking bugging the shit out of you.
That's right.
They're the worst.
Yeah. Well, if you agree with us, go ahead and drop a comment down there. Let us know. Also, if you've had any crazy experiences with any of these animals that almost killed you, let us know. We might come back to that in a future episode and talk about it.